Hey there, Jeff from Small Arms Research. Thanks for stopping in. When you visit the Bigshooterist channel, that usually has something to do with firepower. Today we're staying somewhere along the same lines, except we're talking about the power of fire. We've got several different fire starting devices, and we'll demonstrate how they work for you. Alright, so as Murphy's Law would have it, the minute I drove in the gate out of the facility, started to rain. Beautiful. We're used to that. I was a little bummed out at first, but that'll give us an opportunity to see how well these things really work. Let's get in hell. This is the blast match from Ultimate Survival Technologies. And it's pretty straightforward. Everything is contained right here. Be awful easy to keep in your pack. You simply pop the top off and it springs forward, exposing a flint, some magnesium. Put the cover on. As you can see, it's spring loaded. The portion that holds the cover on also conceals the striker. I know the lighting's poor, apologize for that. But what you do is plunge it forward down onto your tinder and you push the striker down at the same time. And that's going to shower some sparks on your tinder. And I don't know how dry we're going to get it today, but we'll see what we can do. We've got a small pile of tinder here. We've got some light sticks to add on once the fire is going. We've got some birch bark. We've got some alder leaves. We've got some pine needles. And it's a little damp because it is sprinkling right now. But let's see how well the blast match will work for us. Pop the top off, lock it on the back. You depress the striker while you're pressing the whole system in. And let's see if we can get one going. And we've got fire. Beautiful. Let's try another. This is the Sparky Firestarter by Ultimate Survival Technologies. This is similar to the blast match, much smaller package, similar design. It has a spring-loaded mechanism on it, and with this, all that you do is, where it free floats, push straight up and down, you hold it at an off angle and depress the top part of it, and that will cause sparking. Let's put some on our moist tinder and see if we can start a fire with this. And we've got fire. Fantastic. This particular tool is the emergency flint fire starter. And the way that this works is you have a magnesium rod. You've got a lanyard with an attached piece of metal that's with it all the time. You simply shave off a little bit of the magnesium into your tinder pile and then you strike it. And it again works just like the others that are self-contained, except this one is not. So let's put this in our ever moisting tinder and see how this one works. And we've got fire. There we go. Fantastic. This is going to be common to a lot of you. This is the traditional magnesium fire starting tool. And for this one you need something else. You've got to have a knife with you. All that you do is you shave down a little bit of the magnesium, just a little bit of it into your tinder, and once you've got a small pile there, then you turn around and you hit the flint, and that starts the magnesium, and even with wet tinder like we're dealing with today, this one should take off like a rocket. So we're shaving off a little magnesium, and we're not doing it in a whittling motion. All we're doing is rubbing the blade down it sideways. And we'll get some magnesium on the dryer of this moist tinder. And then we'll hit it with a spark. And we've got fire. Hard to beat the old proven method sometimes. Now, as you've seen, all the examples work fine. Some are quicker. Some you'll get better with them as you have a little bit more experience. But it's important to note that today, I mean, it's sprinkling out right now. All the tinder is wet. We don't have anything dry. And these were all done without the aid of anything. Now, these do come with a Firestarter. At least any of the ones from Ultimate Survival Technologies, and it's a small white cube, appears to have a petroleum base, and if you cut this up or you put any of it down in your tinder, it will take off immediately. You don't have to struggle with it like we've been doing today. Today we wanted to illustrate kind of a worst case scenario. You're out in the bush, it's raining, everything's wet or damp, and as you can see, we were able to get everything fired up. But I'm going to zoom in and we'll demonstrate a few of the Ultimate Survival Technologies pieces along with the starter cube so you can see how well it works if you are fortunate enough to have one of those. There we go. And you can see a nice uniform flame, plenty of fuel, and that will start any of your tinder, no matter how moist it is. For example, we've got the birch bark, which is once it gets rolling, it's good, but in order to get it to that point, it needs a little bit of flame. So there's a lot of energy in these little cubes. Certainly a good addition to any survival pack. But you can feel good knowing that any of these that we demonstrated today are going to work fine with no outside influence at all. Thanks for tuning in. It was certainly cool to work on some projects that are a little off the beaten path from what we usually do. Some may even argue that this kind of stuff is as important as the firearms that we usually deal with. So today it was fire starters, several types. If you don't have one of these with you, and you should never ever ever stake your life on one of these because it's going to run out of fuel. These right here have a whole lot of fuel in these magnesium bars. So put them in your pack. They're a good kit. We hope you liked the show. If you did, please subscribe and tell others about it. Thanks for tuning in again. Have fun and be safe. This is the blast match. That was a black fly.